Hello students, in our last class we have studied about history of computers. Today we will learn about generations of computers. These generations are divided into 5 parts depending upon the technology advancements in all these years starting from the existence of computer. First is first generation computer. It starts from 1940 to 1956. These are based on vacuum tubes, and these computers use magnetic tapes to store data. They use machine language to perform operation, and at a time only one problem can be solved. Input devices were punch card and paper tapes, whereas output devices were printouts. An example are UNIVAC, ENIAC, and FDAC. The second generation starts from 1956 to 1963. The main difference between first and second generation computers are the transistor that they use instead of vacuum tubes. And second generation computer used assembly language instead of machine language. For example, Fortran, COBOL, and BASIC language came into existence. Input were done through punch card and paper tapes, and output were presented through printout. These computers were faster, cheaper, and smaller and more efficient as compared to first generation computers. Example can be IBM 1400 and IBM 350. Third generation computers. These starts from 1964 to 1971. Here, instead of transistors, they use integrated circuit, which make the computer smaller. Magnetic disks were used for storage, and the languages used are Pascal and RPG, which were high-level languages. Third generation computers were small in size. They had large storage capacity, high calculating speed, and more reliable than the previous generation. Input were done through keyboard, whereas the output were shown on monitors and printers. Examples are IBM System 360, Apple I, etc. Fourth generation computer, which starts from 1972 until present, we consider it as fourth generation computers. The fourth generation computer uses very large scale integrated circuits called microprocessor, which made computer more smaller that now we use, like desktop PCs and laptops. They use high capacity magnetic tapes for data storage, and input is done through keyboard, monitors, and scanners. Output were shown on monitor and printer, and various other devices are added to it, such as plotters, speakers, etc. Another advancement in fourth generation computers are networking, means computer can be linked together and even they can share their storage capacities, and the use of microprocessor, which result in decrease in size and increase in efficiency. The computers here are portable, means they can move from one place to another, reliable and cheaper. Example for fourth generation computers are Apple Macintosh, IBM PC, etc. Fifth generation computers, which starts from present and beyond. Fifth generation computers involve artificial intelligence, where we expect the computers can behave and think and react the same way we humans do. This generation is still under the development phase. However, some applications are being developed, such as voice and face recognition. And Sophia is the best example of a fifth generation computers. Guys, I've made a notes page on these generation, which will make this generation easy to learn and compare for you all. I will share that on Snap Homework. Next come characteristics of computer. The first characteristic is speed. How we calculate speed. It is the amount of time taken by the computer to complete any task. And we all know that computer is very fast to do any task. It can do large number of calculation within seconds. Next is accuracy. Accuracy is referred as the degree of perfection of operations performed by a computer. Means how many actions a computer can perform without any error. Computer do not commit any mistakes until unless we doesn't give incorrect input that will result an incorrect output. Next comes reliability. Reliability refers to the quality of the task done by the computer without any delay. And in case of any failure, there is a provision for backup. Then comes versatility, which means how many variety of tasks a computer can do. We all know that computers are used in many fields such as education, science and technology, business, finance, accounts, communication, etc. We can use these computers from our home to watch movies and listen to music, and scientists can use these for their research work. Then comes storage. A computer has huge storage capacity. We can store large amount of data and information into it. And for this we use various internal and external devices. Internal as RAM, ROM, and external devices such as hard disk, CD, DVD. Then comes diligence. Means a computer are non-respondent to human factors, like a computer doesn't get fatigue or tired or bored. It can do any task repeatedly for a longer time without taking any rest. It means it doesn't get tired for doing any task even if it works for hours. Multitasking means a computer can do various tasks at a single time. The very basic example is like we can listen to music while we copy one movie into a system from any other device. Limitations of computer. The first is incapability to think. The computer cannot think and take decision of its own. We have to instruct the computer what to do or what to not. No intelligence. Computer has no IQ. It needs instructions at every step. Dependence on power. A computer is an electronic device, thus its dependence on the power means it needs electricity, make it a costly device.